What's up, lovelies? Hello, good morning. Yes, I'm floofy. But it's about the message. So, I it is gorgeous. Okay, so people don't really consider rainy days as gorgeous, but I love them. There is a nice, cool, crisp breeze. It is cloudy, but it's like the good smelly rain. It's not the icky like earthworm rain. A lot to be grateful for today. I am taking a rest day after the um sale. The past couple days, like I said, did not go well. So I also wondered during the sale if this was a type of um test. There's always tests from the divine. Okay? I feel like this was my final test to completing my path, this thing with my ex, the cycle, however you say it. Yes, I'm divine, but I'm still human. um, and going through perimenopause. Whoever thought of that bullshit? Um, that's why women, we have endurance, okay? We have periods, we give birth, and then we have frickin' to go through perimenopause and menopause. So, can I pass a test from the divine? Of course I can. Plus, I'm a goat. I'm freaking Capricorn. I climb mountains all the time, bro. It's like, I tell you what, though, my legs are tired. And I'm ready to sit the fuck down for a while. So I do believe that this was my final test from the divine, from God, from the angels. You guys might think I sound crazy. I don't care, because this is exactly what's going on. You'll find, it like I said in the last video, if you know, you know. I did a reading as soon as my son left. My son left to go hang out with his girlfriend last night after the sale. I immediately did a reading. Literally, my first two cards were the Magician, and I think it was the Strength card, and that talked about a final test. Okay. And I kind of had the feeling while the test was going, just because it was just, like I said, that series of unfortunate events. But literally yesterday, even with people driving by a yard sale, they still see it and stop. So even yesterday, going all... Oh my god, that was my stomach. It scared the absolute crap out of me. I don't know if I got it on camera, but that was hilarious. I don't know if you guys could hear it. Um, but anyway, now I just lost my train of thought. It was, but yeah, not having like anybody. Y'all, I'm on the corner of a decently busy streets, okay? Like I said, there's all the construction right now, so that definitely hindered, like sales and stuff like that. But to have absolutely zero people stop by to look, when I had I had brand new work boots, brand new Jordans, a couple used guitars from my kid, the dress that I was supposed to get married in, that's absolutely gorgeous. Like, nobody. So I figured it was a test from the divine, and keeping my cool collective head and, um, not crashing out, basically. I feel like I passed. Um, and it was a hard, I didn't know if it was a test or karma. Because as I've said before, um, my current boyfriend and I did start dating before, everything happened with me and my ex. Um, so maybe, perhaps it was a little bit of both. But as I said before, also I feel like that was allowed because of what I did go through with my ex for so many years. So I I don't know, maybe it'll come about and maybe I'll be able to tell you guys. But I keep hearing this loud screeching sound outside too. Like it kind of sounds like it would be um like a kid's, what are those? The things that kids play on. A swing set? Yeah. Because there is a metal one across the street from my house, but I don't know. It's too inconsistent. Anyway, doesn't matter. As you guys heal, the divine is going to put you through tests to see, like I've said, to see if you've learned lessons, to see if you've emotionally healed, to see if you've mentally healed. Like they got to take care of everything, They got to make sure that you're aligned, your chakras are aligned. There's a lot of work to do after being, in a certain situation for maybe your whole life. It could be, mine was 18 years, but it could be, maybe 20, 30, 40 years. And stuff doesn't just disappear. And that's why healing is so hard, because you have so much stuff to work through. And I could see how it would be very hard, for some people. I could see where not understanding about forgiveness, forgiving people that wronged you and forgiving yourself, but also, taking your responsibility. I could see how that would be hard for people. I could see how you don't understand that's for the greater good. But those are the people that, or the person, places, or things, those are the ones that you cut cords with. We forgive, but we don't forget because we want to remember those lessons. This is exactly the type of thing that the divine uses to test you and to make sure that you can move on basically to the next test. But you will be rewarded. And sometimes you're rewarded, throughout, the healing process. Like I said, mine came within, the first couple weeks. And then I felt like it took I think it was 4 months total to quit smoking. It only took a couple weeks to quit drinking. I think I drank maybe twice, since things have happened. And then everything that, even if you want to, party or celebrate, that's completely okay, but just do it like they say, in moderation. You can go out and celebrate, but don't get wasted. There's a very fine divine line to good and evil, really, to good and bad, to the light and the dark. It's thinner than you think. It's thinner than you think. But honestly, God and the angels are funny. They will prove that to you. And I also thank my ancestors because I find dimes from you guys all the time. I'm going to start to just collect them and literally just put dimes that I find in a jar or a bottle or something, because I feel like that's my ancestors saying, "What's up?" And I know this sounds crazy to everybody that has not healed, that doesn't believe, but I dare you. I dare you to give it a try. I dare you. I dare you to say your pleases and thank yous. I dare you to change your attitude. I dare you to try to be positive, even if it's just for a day, to see how your life goes, see how people react to you. You might have people that are be like, this isn't you. What's wrong with you? Blah, blah, blah. Those are haters. Okay. Those are the people that don't want you to change. Those are the people that are constantly, in your life, you know, might be causing chaos or saying negative things. Those are the people that God and the angels are showing you that need to go. So, I learned a big, huge, fat lesson and hopefully a final test. And I don't know. We'll see. The future will bring me my answer, and I know that I think they already did. I just know. And I think that, yeah. Anyway, that was like my final test. Everybody's going to be different. Everybody's, in their own, on their own healing journey, on a different part of their own healing journey, and you always continue to heal. And that's why people stop, because it's hard. People don't want to look at the bad things that they did. And like I said, sometimes it's hard to forgive somebody without understanding what it brings. Okay? So I love you guys. I hope this finds you healing. I hope this finds you peaceful. I hope you are enjoying pouring into yourself. If you haven't started that, please do so. It does make a difference. God and the angels want you to pour in yourself, and they will pour into you as well. I have, like I've said, I noticed within probably almost instantly, because I was worried about my bills. So, I got the money from not smoking. I got the extra money for not drinking. I got extra money. I felt like, because I was being more positive and more of a guide rather than using projections at work, I was actually trying to teach. So that's something too, is that you don't want people to walk all over you, but you want to do things with love and compassion without ego. Sometimes it's hard, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I am not a perfect human being at all. Like, I am I am also learning lessons, like just constantly striving to be better. That's it. Okay? So I just dare you to be positive. If you haven't tried it, try it for one day. Make sure you pour into yourself first before you pour into other people. It'll be weird. It'll be weird accepting help from people wanting people wanting to do things for you. Y'all, I used to try to do it all by myself. Allow people to do things for you. And also, if you have a big task that's overwhelming, delegate. I had to delegate throughout, the sale of what I wanted people to do for me, so I didn't have to do everything by myself. Okay, I worked my son's little tail off, and we didn't have a great time. He only made a few bucks, but I gave him a little extra money at the end of the day. Like, sorry, it wasn't my fault that the sale, didn't go well, but I was like, sorry, buddy, things didn't go well. Here's an extra, some extra money in case you and, your girlfriend want to buy something or go somewhere or get something to eat, just something. So I babbled on long enough. I hope you guys have enjoyed this message and gotten something for this message from this message, because really that's the only reason I do it. I do it to tell you what I've gone through, how I applied, what I learned from the lesson, how I applied it in my life, and move on. Okay? Be grateful, say your please and thank yous. Have a great day, y'all. I love you guys so much. Enjoy.